Hello, we are Ominous Productions, and our group consists of me, Izzie and Yucef, and our team have come up with the idea of the film Premonition. The poster has been created to help attract the audience as it relates to our film, as the antagonist in the film is a dark figure who is against the
I came up with the name Premonition, however our group came up with other great suggestions such as
film titles like Trepidation, Foreboding, The Omen, Portent, Forewarning, Premonition and Intuition.
The film title Premonition, we use the font to give like an eerie effect. It like represents the dripping of blood, and we use black to represent horror and death, and the film is very unknown until the antagonist gets involved, so it gives that effect.
the definition of premonition is a strong feeling that something is about to happen, especially something unpleasant, which relates to our film being unexpected.
For funding, we plan to get funding from companies such as Screen Yorkshire, BFI and Film 4, as these will help raise enough money to distribute our film digitally.
Our team consists of 3 people who are the main heads of the film. They're making the main decision on the role each of our roles. Yucef is the main character known as Royce Wilson, Izzie is an editor as well as an actor, and Billy is director as well as filmer.
Production company. Our production company is called Ominous Production due to the meaning of giving the worrying impression that something bad is going to happen. Linked to the idea of horror and unexpectedness, we strive to get to the level of working title films.
Plot. The protagonist, Royce Wilson, is just an innocent teenager, more specifically the quiet one out of his group of friends. One night, Royce has a nightmare in which he sees an abandoned school and the presence of a dark figure approaching him. The following day, Royce joins his friends on going out on an adventure. Royce and his friends find themselves at an abandoned building in which Royce recognises the location. Royce loses his friends and starts to get intimidated. He starts to get flashbacks and a dark figure is down the other end of the corridor. Royce runs away as he suspects the figure is chasing him. He climbs over the roof and gets away. Royce catches his breath as he knows he's away. Within half a second, the figure is behind him and he gasps in despair.
Our target audience is aimed at 16 to 24-year-olds. We gave a questionnaire to people around these ages and they enjoyed our film locations and genres.
Our target audience is demographics and psychographics, enjoy listening to music, to surf the internet, they love design, and they like to party and to play football.
Our film locations include an abandoned school, empty classrooms, eerie corridors, foreboding sports clubs, and misty rooftops.
What have we taken inspiration from? Our inspiration varied from Woman in Black to Insidious and Paranormal Activity.
We have a horror montage in our opening sequence with some stereotypical horror features such as darkness and dramatic sounds.
Clothing for main actors are typical clothing that a teenager would wear. No vibrant colours, just basic. As for the dark figure, he'll be wearing a black hooded cloak. We have used the black to represent the unknown, and he'll also be wearing normal black clothes to blend in with the robe he'll be wearing.
Characters. Royce Wilson. Royce is the protagonist in our film and the quiet one in the group. He is the quiet one, so the audience don't expect him to be the one who gets killed. Dark figure. The figure is the antagonist in the film. The figure haunts the abandoned area Royce visits. He appears when Royce is alone and isolated. Stereotypical of a horror film.
The mise-en-scène is the clothing that is being used in our film, and the cloak is used for the antagonist to wear during the horror scene, and the other teenagers are just going to wear casual clothes, not looking to stand out.
This is the poster we use in the film also at the end when Royce goes missing.
Sound. Non-digital sound. We will use music to create suspense and tension and to guide the audience's feelings. We will also use minimal speaking to show the mood and the atmosphere of the film and the scenes.
Has anyone got any questions?
Again, how much do you think the budget's going to be?
I'm thinking the millions, what are you?
Honestly, I can't see in it being more than 500,000 because we're doing it on actual location. We're not going to be using too many special effects. We're going to try and make it as real as possible.
And the props we're using are quite basic, so they're too expensive.
Okay, what about distribution? You talked about distribution earlier on. Which festivals and places are you thinking that you might pick up a distributor? Where are you going to?
It might be a bit ambitious, but we've been looking at the Berlin Film Festival.
Yeah,
As we've seen, it's
Yeah.
very popular for some films. Like,
Yeah.
for example, Tyrannosaur,
yeah.
made by Warpex, that got popular in
It is
Berlin.
really prestigious, the Berlin Festival. What about putting it on Vimeo and sites? Have you got any special sites that you know about?
Yeah,
online?
we're looking at putting it on Vimeo and YouTube. YouTube because we've already got some sorts of activity on there to do with the film, and
We've got like our own channel, and we've
Yeah.
already got viewers on that as well.
That's good. That's good, yeah. Okay. That's good. Anybody else?
No.
Good. That's
It's
really
okay.
good,
very
really
much.
good.
Thank you.